What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and things are heating up in the war of words between Carmelo Anthony's representative, or fixer, whatever you want to call this loser, and Austin Metcalf's dad. Also, not a, I mean, he is a sympathetic figure. Just, I think a lot of people wanted to see more outrage from him. I think we're starting to see that. I think we're starting to see Austin Metcalf's dad getting a little bit sick of Carmelo Anthony's, fixer and family controlling the narrative. And so he has responded to to NGAN's statement, calling him out again. So we're going to look at that. Let's get into the story right now. Huge shout out to everyone who has picked up the Coffee Brand Coffee gift box. It has our ground blueberry cobbler, which is our #1 seller, our Colombian roast, the only place you can get our chocolate-covered espresso beans, yogurt-covered pretzels, and honey sticks, all in a convenient box. If you need a Mother's Day gift, this is the perfect item. Our goal today is 300 units. We need 250 more. It's $10 off plus free overnight shipping. If you need a Mother's Day gift, or you just need, you want to sample our products, I hope that you'll give it a try today. We could really, really use your support. And if you did buy it already, please come back and leave a review. We are now up to 300 reviews, which is very, very helpful. Austin Metcalf's father fires back after Carmelo Anthony family rep attacks him again. Justice will prevail. The spokesperson of the Carmelo Anthony family, accused of taking the life of Austin Metcalf, took to X late Monday to attack Austin Metcalf's father for the second time, provoking finally a response. On April 17th, Dominic Alexander of Next Generation Action Network led a chaotic news conference where Jeff Metcalf, Austin's father, was escorted out by police. By the way, totally fine, I think, for the father to have been there. Leave a like on the video if that was your son, if you'd want to be at that. Pretty sure most of us would want to be there staring at them, letting them know that we're not afraid. At the beginning of the news conference, Alexander turned his wrath towards the elder Metcalf, calling him disrespectful and saying his appearance was disrespectful to the dignity of his son. Now, he released a video last night. Let's see how this is going. Dominic Alexander releases this video, okay? It gets 3 likes. Not 1, not 2, but 3 whole likes. 319 comments. Let's take a little sample of this.
Y'all, we wanted to take this
really quiet here.
To be able to educate people on what went on during our press conference that we held here in our office.
By the way, why bring this up now? He uploaded this yesterday night. Why bring this up again?
For the Anthony family.
You know why? Because he wants money.
About 11 a.m. was where the press conference was actually supposed to start, right? About 10 a.m., because of the threats that we were receiving, not only against the Anthony family's life, my life, the threats we were getting towards the organization, Dallas Police Department were placed outside of the facility about 10 a.m. That was even before any press got here, anybody got here. Even our own security staff even got here. There were 2 plainclothes intelligence officers from DPD placed inside of the building. When Jeffrey Metcalf walked through the building, he walked past 2 plainclothes DPD officers.
So?
We didn't call the police on him. They were already here. We heard...
That's not true. There's video afterwards of him interacting with several uniformed officers.
So many different gossip bloggers, YouTube, TikTok, Fox News, all of these people talking about, how could you be insensitive to the father? How could you tell him to leave? He's the victim. He's this, he's that.
He is.
What you're missing, this press conference was not organized by him. This press conference wasn't about him. This press conference didn't invite him. It's a private facility. And yet, at the end of the day, it's a criminal case, y'all. It's literally inappropriate, not only ethically, but it's...
I mean, maybe for the court case, maybe for the civil case, but His dad did nothing. His dad was just there. This is a wild video.
Inappropriate for that family to interact. And we don't know what we don't know. And at the end of the day, I have to ensure that the safety of all of the parties are intact. Just someone showing up at our press conference, we can't just have that.
Why
we
not?
don't know what it is. But this whole notion that we just went after him and attacked him and,
But you did.
and just had this vendetta against this father who has lost his child. Look, I've lost a child. I'm 1 year later after burying my own son.
Was it when you shook him? Because, you were arrested for bringing a 2-year-old child to the hospital with brain damage or whatever. I don't remember the exact details, but I mean, he's out here trying to play sympathetic. Dude, the Anthony family, if I could offer them any advice, look, the parents, as far as we know, had not, look, they're in an impossible situation. The Anthony family is in a impossible situation, right? Their kid did something horrible. They want to try to defend their kid. I get all of that. All right. You need to decouple yourself from this moron. Look at some of the replies. Hey everyone, more information is being released tomorrow about how NGAN has once again been caught breaking federal law. Stay tuned and don't forget to turn on your notifications for my exclusive reporting. I mean, NGAN, not good. Of course, Minister Dominique in there, thank you for reporting. This man is a grifter, mad about a dad who just lost his son, despicable. This isn't going the way you wanted it to. Maybe it does. Did you notice how Austin's dad didn't stab anybody? You see a payday in all this and exposure for your so-called church. What do you have hanging over this family? Makes no sense for you to be speaking on their behalf. He had every right to be there. It's a free country. And, Anthony took his son's life. Shakedown artist. Here's people, another white teen brutally, hit by thugs. Critics from mainstream media, crickets, brought you on to the law of attraction. Damn, son, you really getting ratioed. I mean, out of curiosity, did you become a minister before or after you shook a baby hard enough to cause retinal hemorrhaging? That's true. The police were called on him for that. How anyone would let you speak on their behalf is simply astonishing. So obviously this video didn't go well. In Monday night's video, Alexander doubled down on those attacks, said his organization never called the police on Metcalf. They were there before he arrived. The press conference wasn't organized by him, Alexander said. It was inappropriate, blah, 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 blah. Alexander added that he had also lost a son, don't care. Alexander then launched into a tirade about those online who have criticized him for his past criminal behavior and posted his past mugshots. I really don't care what you say about me. I really don't. I don't care about the racist POS who want to say something about Dominique and about my past. It has nothing to do with your race, my dude. It has everything to do with you pummeling a 2-year-old, apparently. I really, quite frankly, don't. If you don't know me, then you know our attacks towards me only do one thing. They boost my ego. The reality is I really don't quite frankly give a damn, although it sounds like you do. Alexander then returned to speaking about the press conference, saying that the Anthony family was not aware about Metcalf. Why are they even doing this? Why are they even doing this press release or press conference? It's because the money has dried up. That's why. The money has dried up. If we look at the Give, Send, Go, right? Or it's like Help Karmelo. Everybody else has moved on. It's been stuck at $525,000 now that they've raised it to $600,000. Here was somebody 20 minutes ago gave $50 an hour ago. So there's still some people giving money, which is bonkers to me. I think all these anonymous givers are probably government NGOs, in my opinion. If we look at, by the way, the other Give, Send, Go that's trending, let's see. Shiloh is now up to $740,000, $200,000 more than or 270, actually more than Austin Metcalf, which is a little sad. but more than Karmelo, which is hilarious and funny. Now, his dad fired back, Austin Metcalf's dad. I don't allow Alexander to live rent-free in my head, he told Fox News Digital. It really does not matter about the lies this man spreads. He just wants more attention. Don't give it to him. Justice will prevail. Alexander later complained that people online deemed him as insensitive for attacks on Metcalf during the first news conference. What we've seen at the beginning of the press conference of a father being at the press conference, those are my words. Don't quote anybody. Later on, Anthony's mother went on and cried, talked about how she's afraid, and the whole thing kind of has devolved. I've never faulted a person with faith, but hopefully this dad has learned a hard lesson. Some people are not worthy of forgiveness. Yeah, I mean, you see here another white teen brutally attacked by thugs. Crickets from mainstream media. That was yesterday. People are getting tired. People are absolutely getting tired. You see the Give, Send, Go guy doing his press tours. Now the media is also trying to say MAGA turns N-word shouting woman into folk hero and blames Texas stabbing case for outpouring of support. First of all, this has nothing to do with Trump voters at all. And also, I would argue that it probably does have a little something to do with that, doesn't it? It does have to do something a little bit with people saying, you know what? We're going to defend our own. Everyone else is allowed to defend their own. We're going to defend our own, and you're not going to say anything about it. Because there's nothing wrong with it when black folks do it. There's nothing wrong with it when Asian folks do it. So why is there anything wrong with it when white people do it? It isn't wrong. It's totally fine. So giving money to people like Karmelo Anthony and Shiloh Hendricks will create more terrible people. I don't think so. I don't think so. This is, Austin Metcalf's asked to leave press conference. They're bringing this back up because he wants money. And now the mainstream media is trying to make this a Trump thing. Trump has nothing to do with this. Fatigue has basically everything to do with this. And I'm proud of his father for finally getting out and saying, look, I've had enough of this moron. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'll continue to cover this. Hopefully we'll get some sort of trial date somewhat, in the recent future. And also, if you haven't yet, please do remember, Mother's Day is Sunday. It's already Wednesday. $10 off and free overnight shipping. Also, if you don't need a Mother's Day gift, I'm calling on asking my viewers. I sent too many of these to Amazon. My mess up is your benefit. Please pick one up. Try out our coffee and our snacks. We're a real company with real employees that need your help. By picking this up, you will be supporting us greatly. Link in the description, and we'll talk to you again real soon.